Hey guys, in this video I will be talking about comparison operators. And basically what these are is a way to compare data. So for example, if you remember in the last few videos, I used a where clause and said where something is equal to something else. Well, the equal sign is basically saying the same, so this is the same as this. Well, there's actually some more comparison operators, and the equal sign is an example of one. So, what are some of the others? Well, if you remember, if you've ever had math classes, you may have come across less than or greater than. These are examples of comparison operators. So, you could say, select all of the bank accounts where the amount of money is greater than $500. That's an example of a comparison operator. And there's actually a whole lot of these, and I'm going to be going over some of them. So here are a couple of them. The very first one is the equal sign, which is just like equal. So 5 is equal to 5. Basically, yeah. This is the less than sign. So the side which is smaller is referring to the small. Okay, so let me just try and explain this. 5 is less than 6. So if you were to ask this, is 5, this would be pronounced less than. Is 5 less than 6? And because the mouth opens to the bigger one, as 6 is more than 5, that is true. So this is less than because the small side is pointing to the smaller number, and the larger side, this opening right here, is pointing to the bigger number. So basically if you add this one and you add 5 is greater, this would be 5 is greater than 6, which is not true. So if you need to compare something that is bigger, this is greater than and this is less than. You may have seen this before. This is less than or equal to something. Well, when we're using MySQL or many other programming languages, it's written as this, less than or equal to, like that. So less than sign and then equal sign. And this is because we don't have a character that looks like that. So when you see this, this means less than or equal to. So 5 is less than or equal to 5, and that's true. And this could be anything that is greater, so 5 is less than or equal to any number 5 and higher. This is because it can be equal to 5. As you can see, if this was gone and I wrote this, this is false because 5 is not less than 5. It's equal to. So this would work, equal sign, and so would this, equals less than sign, equal sign. The same goes for the greater than. So 5 is greater than or equal to 5 or anything below 5. So here we have some more of these, and the very first one is null. And basically this is asking if it has a value. So the value, so if something in a database is 5, that is not null because it has a value. If it was this, nothing, then it would be null. So that's what null means. So if you're asking if something is null, you're asking if it's empty or no entry at all. Now if you're asking if it's not null, you're asking if it has an entry. So the value 5 would go to this one right here, because, my bad. And the reason for this is, it's not null. So if you're asking if it's not null, right here would be the one to use, because it has a value. The next one is in. So this is the value within a set of options. So like, is 5 in, and then a list of possible values, and if one of them is 5, then it's true. Now between, this is like, for numbers say, is 5 between 6 and 8? No, that would be false, because 5 becomes before 6. So in order for this to work, you could put, is 5 in between, is 5 between 3 and 8. Basically like that. And what you can also do is you can add the word not. So not between, not, yeah, you get the point. So if you want to inverse it, such as is not null, you put the word not. N-O-T. Now when you're doing where clauses, you can actually compare it against more than one option. So let's say you have the number 5. Now you can say, is 5 less than 7? And it is. But is it also less than 4? It's not. So you could do this by using and. You can say, is 5 less than 7 and less than 4? And this is a way to compare it against multiple questions to ask to see if it is what you want to retrieve. So maybe you just want to search things by their first name, but you may want a person whose first name is Caleb and a person whose last name is Curry. And I think I showed you a little bit of this in one of my last videos, but I'm just going to review this. Now, or, on the other hand, this is where either one can be true. So, first name Caleb, per se, last name Curry. Now, if we have somebody, John Curry, and we use or, the first name is Caleb, or the last name is Curry. Well, you can see this one has Caleb as the first name, and this one has Curry as the last name, so that one will work. This one does not have John as the first name, but has Curry for the last name, so it would also work. But if you use and, it will only bring back Caleb Curry, because the first name has to be Caleb and the last name has to be Curry. So in the next video, I will be talking about foreign key constraints, and it's going to be sweet, so subscribe and I'll see you there.